We've had a few different Hero Factory videos in a row on this channel this week, so welcome to the accidental Oops All Hero Factory week, I guess. Now, let's keep the ball rolling today on this episode of the Bionicle Inspiration series. If you need inspiration for your next creation, we've got you covered. We're going to take a look today at 6 Hero Factory themed creations to give you ideas and inspiration if you're looking to build a Hero Factory mock. Let's go. Starting off with a revamp of Evo by Paulx Mock Building. Now dude, I love this. This revamp is taking the Brain Attack version of Evo, the one that looked a little something like this. Yeah, he had a bit of a underwater theme to him. But this revamp says, no, we can do better. Let's give him this sick, large purple apparatus that allows him to swim through the water with greater ease. Isn't that clever? And the idea of taking the wheels and a few other purple pieces from the wonderful set Speeder Demon and using them to make this large underwater turbine. That's really clever. Plus the fact that this is purple, I don't know, I think that's just wonderful. Gunmetal, yellow, and purple. That's a beautiful color combination. The whole idea is stunning. And check out this foot design here. Attaching some gunmetal CCBS armor shells onto the front of the feet. Doesn't that just look so clean? The way that transitions up into the lower leg is so seamless, so stylish, and so beautiful. Sometimes all you need to do with a revamp of a set is rearrange some of the armor, add in some extra armor, and then give them some kind of like new gear or attachment. And then you're going to end up with something really, really special. This might just be one of the best upgrades I've ever seen for Evo. And now Kalahiki Art has built an insane reimagining of Thunder. Now, in case you're not super familiar with the set, this is what the original version of the character looks like. And then here is what Kalahiki has done. And my oh my, look at this body design. A big hunched over back, thick, sturdy and strong looking thighs, and a super muscular looking arm. The overall silhouette and the stance of this dude, it's so impressive and it's so menacing. I love how the original looked, but this is so perfect for a villain. There's also some really nice part use going on here on the torso. See how the very center of this mock has these 2 silver cylinders? These pieces are the jets that we see on a set like Tahu Mystica. He's got 4 of them, 2 on each side of the torso. And man, you're really embedding these into the center of the torso and just letting the little edge stick out. Brilliant. It looks like the exhaust port on a large truck or, I don't know, mechanical pipes sticking out of a factory. Details like this add so much to this mock, and it gives it a nice industrial vibe. A factory that's come to life. A monster truck that's been personified into a living being. I don't know, that's the vibes I get from looking at something like this. It's in your face, it's sinister, it's cool. Also, the top of the back is using Stringer 1.0's black torso piece. But it's placed sideways, and man, it makes for an incredible looking back design. And speaking of backs, we've got a bunch of these trans dark blue beams poking out. I don't really know what they're meant to represent, but the energy that these create, it looks so dynamic and so striking. Sometimes things don't need to make sense for them to look cool. Yeah, man, the vibes on this Thunder revamp are immaculate. Let's move over to a mock that was built by a builder called Lise I822, and this is their own take on Nex. Now, first things first, let me read you the description for this mock on Instagram. It says the following. Nex, after the disbandment of Hero Factory. Yo, that's a sick idea. Hero Factory's gone, and all the heroes have to fend for themselves. Yeah, obviously this is a made-up version of the story. They've started writing their own fan fiction at this point. But that's such a rich idea. The heroes have to find new purpose. Maybe some of them become freelance bounty hunters. Or do some of them turn to a life of crime now that Hero Factory abandoned them? Is it some sort of post-apocalyptic world? Or is the world a lot better now that Hero Factory isn't there? I don't know, the idea just feels so inspiring to me. So much rich opportunity to build incredible mocks in a world like that. Hey, sometimes cool story ideas are the perfect thing to help you get building. So go ahead, start writing up your own storyline for your Hero Factory characters and your own Hero Factory universe. It's fun, and I'm sure it's going to give you some cool ideas for mocks. But yeah, this looks awesome. I really enjoy this backpack here. A big barrel at the back that powers up this hand blaster, very cool. And he also stores this little spy drone here as well. Here's a separate image to show you what it looks like. Really nice idea to use some of those steering wheel pieces for the rotor blades on the drone. Good thinking. Yeah, look, good storytelling, great character design. I really like this. Wind Gecko has built this next mock, and it's another revamp of Evo. And this is fun. It seems to be taking aspects from Evo 2.0, as well as Breakout Evo, and combining them into one ultimate version of the character. Yeah, purple, yellow, and gunmetal. It looks so good on Evo. I'm surprised that more people don't put purple into their revamps of Evo. It looks good. Now check out this sick ammo belt that's strapped onto his chest, and how they've buffed up this version of his 2.0 arm blaster, adding in a few extra little bits of firepower into the center there, using those black lightsaber hilt pieces. Exquisite. This looks great. 6R33D is up next, and their mock is called Makuta Gorlum, Elemental Demon of Earth. Okay, yeah, with a name like that, this certainly isn't a Hero Factory mock. It obviously exists within the Bionicle universe. But hey, Hero Factory pieces can still make some pretty awesome Bionicle characters. Taking pieces from the set Bruiser and using them to make a Bionicle rock golem creature, that's great. And this mock removes the orange brain slug that's around Bruiser's head. And it's a small change, but I think it's enough of a change to make him look distinctly different from Bruiser and take on his own unique identity. One that can fit well enough into the Bionicle universe. So go ahead, get some Hero Factory pieces and use them to build a Bionicle mock. Now let's finish things off with Lucas Nexel, Nex XL, which was built by MTRK Mocks. Now I've always loved seeing XL mocks, but I don't know, people just don't make them, so it's a rare and beautiful sight to see something like this. So this seems to be taking a lot of inspiration from Rocker XL, which of course was an official set. This mock and that set, they've got a pretty similar frame, a lot of the spikes on the back, the claw arm, all that kind of stuff. It's awfully similar. But hey, Rocker XL looks epic. So you may as well transcribe a lot of the great qualities from that set and put them onto your own creation. Nothing wrong with doing that, especially when it looks this good. Plus, I think a lot of these spikes pair very, very nicely with the fangs and the other sharp qualities of Nex's orange mask. I would argue that spiky aesthetic works better with this mask than it does with Rocker's mask, actually. It might just be my own personal opinion there, but I think it looks really good. The way this torso design has been constructed is quite nice. There's a large gunmetal armor piece here on the center of the torso, and then that brilliantly hugs up against that silver armor piece up top on the chest. It's a very seamless transition, and then tucking in that orange tube in between those two pieces, that's a nice way to fill in those gaps just that little bit more and make it totally seamless. Also, see this upper leg design here? One side has that small orange piston, the other side has a dark bluish grey one. Yeah, those two little beams or pistons, whatever you want to call them, that's a very nice inclusion. Because the torso also has a few more pistons and other support beams. We can see a large orange cylinder in the very center of the torso, and then a black CCBS bone up the back. I really like how these kind of structural supports, they're just heavily worked into this larger design. Because, this mock has this great blend of spiky, feral, and animalistic qualities. But then it's juxtaposed with a lot of these robotic supports, a lot of this smooth armor, and almost a Gundam-like appearance. Two very different things there, robots and animals. But somehow when you put the two together, it makes a brilliant end result. This mock is great. There you go, guys. That's it for today on this episode of the Bionicle Inspiration series. If you enjoyed the mocks that you saw in today's episode, be sure to take a look at the links in the description below and see more from these very talented builders. Also in the description below and on your screen right now is the submission email. If you'd like to see your own mocks featured on the show, you can submit them to that email address. Now, by the way, if you're hungry for some BrickFair Virginia related content, don't worry, it's on the way. However, I just came back. I've been in Australia for only a few days, and I've never been more jet lagged in my life. It is kicking my butt. That, and I have over 6,000 photos to work through, so these videos are going to take a little bit, but they're coming, don't you worry. But unfortunately, you're going to have to be patient. This jet lag is severely hindering my ability to make videos. It sucks. I hate it. I just got to work through it, though. That, and I believe I'm starting to get sick, so it's a bit of a double whammy here. Oh, it's tough. But the videos are coming, I promise. Anyway, love you tons, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Happy building, and bye for now.